Ekigenda mu maaso kitegeera bulungi n'obutatereera gutegeera bulungi naye mukakkane empapula si gye zinaawangula olutalo mukakkane mbategeeze olutalo bwe tunaalulwana kubanga nabagamba tinayingira lutalo ndiruvaamu nga luwedde olwekyo mukakkane tutegeeragane bulungi ngeri gye tunaatambulamu tuli ffenna mbategeera obutatereera kitegeera tetuli mu kiseera kya mirembe tetuli mu kiseera kya kweyagala n'akamu tuli mu kaseera akazibu n'olwekyo katukakwate n'obuvunaanyizibwa obukola ki obusembayo mwebale nnyo okumpuliriza My Lord, the party president of FDC, the Honorable Engineer Patrick Oboyamriat Poa, Deputy President, His High Worship, the Lord Mayor of Kampala, Salong Werias Chairman of the Forum for Democratic Change, Omulongo Waswabirigwa, the Chairman of the FDC Electoral Commission and all the commissioners. Chairman of FDC is none other than Toterebuka Bamwenda. One Uganda, one people, one people. All of you leaders of our great party FDC in your respective capacities, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a great pleasure, even an emotional moment for me whenever I am here at our headquarters, Najja Nankumbi, the headquarters of our struggle. I would like, therefore, to first of all thank all of you, especially our gallant fighters in the struggle who have fought. Many of you are carrying injuries. Some of our colleagues are not here because they are maimed. I wish to thank all of you for holding fort and fighting on till this moment. I would like to thank our leaders of the Forum for Democratic Change that have steered our party through turbulent times when many thought it would go down. It keeps going up. So I'm very indebted to all the successors that followed me in the leadership of the party, including those who are no longer here with us, like my brother General Mugisha Muntu and his friends who departed from the party. We still recognize their contribution to this party and to our struggle. I would like to thank the membership of FDC who constructed a struggle for the liberation of this country. Forum for Democratic Change are not just words. It's a forum for struggle to transfer power from those who captured it by force to the people of Uganda. FDC! So that we can talk of people rule and not gun rule as we have today. You can see, since I left my home in Kasangati, I am escorted by all kinds of soldiers. I am not an armed person. I am not a violent person. I am not involved even in any violent activity. But when you see outside, you think that there is maybe the biggest enemy of Uganda residing at Najanankumbi. This abuse of power, use of guns to subjugate our people, is what our struggle for democratic change is all about. It's a struggle that I joined when I was a kid, and that I have fought with a lot of challenges up to date. So I thank the people of FDC, the leaders, the members at all levels who have withstood all the tremors, all the challenges, the force, the intimidation, the brutality, to be still standing strong for democratic change. I thank you and I congratulate you upon that valor that you have demonstrated. Last night, I had Mr. Museveni concerned that some NRM members were assaulted during the youth elections. And he was charging, we shall not allow this, we shall crush. Shame on him. He has never known how many of our people have been terrorized, tortured, and beaten. He has never known. And killed, who are in their graves. When the Kiboko squad was descending from Central Police Station, did he think they were going to beat beasts or taxpayers that account for his luxury of the money they steal with impunity? And he's worried that some NRM people are beaten by other citizens. When we are tortured by people we pay our money. So thank you for remaining firm. Liberating a country is not easy. Thank you for being there and for saying no to those rogues that control our country today. I would like to inform you that, you know, that struggle which I joined to fight gunmen has taken various phases to get where we are. And if we want to get to where we are going, we must understand where we are coming from. The experience that we have accumulated is not experience that is useless. It's experience we must build on to take us forward. I started the struggle myself through armed fighting, through holding guns and fighting. And I can tell you the war we fought, which has been totally desecrated and turned into the most disastrous thing that our country could have had, was a just war that we went to. We went to a just war to fight for our freedom. Fighting for freedom is the most noble and just cause. Every person that is created by God is given right to freely exist like any other person. It's not granted, it is only granted by God. So when you take away my freedom, I must fight for it. And we went and fought with guns. And as a result of that war, 500,000 people perished during that struggle. But yes, freedom has a cost. We did not lament because we thought it was a just cause leading us to freedom. But as you know, as soon as we got into government in 1986, these rogues now calling themselves a government turned around and did 100 times worse than the people that we had fought. And some of us protested, said we could not have risked our lives in order to do worse than those we were fighting. Because me, I was never a politician, I was a medical doctor. The reason I went and spent years hungry, sleeping with mosquitoes and all kinds of animals was not for a person, it was for my freedom. It was for the freedom of Uganda. So when our colleagues betrayed that struggle. Some of us rejected and started right away challenging them. And some of you have not been around to see those different phases that we went through. 201 election. Even in 201, I was not really meant to be a candidate. I became a candidate by circumstances, just the last hour. Because I was retired from the military in October, and that October I became a candidate for an election in February. But that election of 201 was a major turning point in what was going on. It is still the most violent election we have had in Uganda up to date. Many people died, many were wounded and so on, arrested, terrorized. That time there were no parties. Parties were not allowed to sponsor candidates. Everybody was an individual. I stood in the election of 201 as an individual. There was no FDC, there was nothing else. People who rose up to support me were just supporting elect Kiiza Besigye, that was all. There was no organization. But our people fought, and through that fight, some changes happened. Because even in spite of having only 3 months, I believe we won that election, 201. And we went to court. And the court confirmed that there was widespread cheating and there was no free and fair election. Court in its unanimous judgment, there were 5 judges then in 201. All the 5 said this was not a free and fair election. And they listed all the terrible things that happened. Unfortunately, when it came to the most important thing of deciding whether that election should be cancelled, again, because of some weaknesses, the court was divided in the middle, 3-2. 3 judges voted to uphold that sham election. Because that is subjective, it's not based on any yardstick. It is each judge to decide subjectively, after making all the findings and so on, each judge subjectively. And we know what influences those subjective changes. So 3-2, they upheld the election. The violence continued until I ran out of the country. I spent 4 years in South Africa. FDC was formed when I was in South Africa. And the leaders of FDC thought that I could still come back and help in the struggle of that period. And I accepted and came back in 205 October for the election in February. I was nominated here. The Electoral Commission came here to register me on my way from Entebbe. On the 26th of October, that's when they registered me as a voter here for an election. I think that time it was on the 11th of February. And then 2 weeks later, on the 14th of November, I was arrested and charged with rape, with treason, with terrorism, with illegal possession of guns. Me who had just arrived. And sent to Luzira. I I was given bail from Ruzira. The court was attacked and said you cannot get out. Stayed in Ruzira with bail but not able to get out. I was eventually nominated from Ruzira as a candidate. I got bail in January for the election in February. And even after coming out of jail, I was in court being tried for rape up to the election time. But our people fought. FDC had just been formed. It had the weak structures in the country. But our people fought extremely hard. And I am sure we won that election. Many people have said so, including those who were on the other side. All these people who desert, that's what their first message is. By the way, you won. Why didn't you say when you were still there? We went to court. Same as 201, everybody confirmed. That time there were 7 judges. All 7 judges confirmed this election is not free and fair. This is a record that will never be wiped away. A record on the election of Uganda. It's there. Anybody can go and read it. 7 judges unanimously. This election is not free and fair. You read the Constitution. The Constitution allows only one election in Uganda. A free and fair election. But even after writing it in their judgment that this is not free and fair, they failed to cancel it. Even in 2006, it was a divided court. 4-3. 4 judges saying they should keep it, 3 judges saying it should be cancelled. And the election stood. From 2006, but after the 2001 election, part of that struggle is what caused the return of multi-party elections. Because when Museveni got scared of the challenge from within NRM, never, I can never I just changed the position. And that's why, especially you fighters, you must be flexible. If you are fighting from this position and the enemy identifies where you are, they are going to concentrate the fire where you are. You must therefore never stay in one position for a long time. You change cover. You must change cover. We must not predict what you are doing or where you are. So, in 2012, I stepped out of Najja Nkumbi. That's why I was extremely happy. Many people, especially out there, the loudspeakers of the rogue regime, we are predicting doom. Hey, now Besigye has gone, FDC is finished. Hey, that's what he's finished. Is it weaker or it's stronger? Stronger. But the struggle outside is also stronger. So yes, we went out. I was fighting shoulder to shoulder with the Lord Mayor. He was not a member of FDC. We've been fighting shoulder to shoulder with many people who are not necessarily members of FDC. And that's what makes the struggle much stronger. I had actually said that even in 2016, I would not go to the election of 2016. When these processes were going on, I was out of the country, but I had not left the struggle. And I would not want to reveal on this occasion what attracted me to come back in 2016. It was not because my assessment of what elections do had changed, no. But I made an assessment together with our colleagues that there was a greater danger that we needed to deal with, which at an opportune time we shall have the freedom to talk about. The fight is on. The fight is on. So you have two channels that you must listen to. Two channels. Channel A and Channel B. Channel B. So some will be operating from Channel A, others will be operating from Channel B. But Channel B, mark you, supports Channel A fully. Are we together? Yes. We support Channel A, our Channel A fully. Because in any case, all fighters can vote. Not so? Yes. But not all voters can fight. Are we together? Yes. So our priority is to turn every Uganda into a fighter for their own freedom and right. Every Ugandan should be a fighter for their right and freedom. And once they are fighters, we can win, whether election, whether no election. There is no reason why we should wait for an election. For a Mr. Museveni who didn't come through an election anyway. Is it an election which brought him? Why should he expect that we will wait for his rigged election to get rid of him? So, kindly, Sibalaba, warm up. We are building a strong front for change. In the plan B, we move with everybody who wants change, whether you have a party, whether you don't have a party. Get on the front line and we push. That is our platform. So we have a platform that will unite all people who are for change to fight. I told you when we were here to receive Omolod here that we must keep our eyes on the ball. Let's not allow to be diverted. Their tactic now is to distract us. People abuse you, you run after them. These ones abuse you, you run after them. Let them abuse, keep the eye where the ball is, and let's get rid of that ball. All these people who are making noise on the sides, once the ball is gone, everybody will get down. Are we together? Yes. Yes, so fighting is tactics. Let's maintain our eyes on the ball. So today, I came here, ladies and gentlemen, to be part of you as we flag the process of the Channel A to continue. I can tell you without a shade of doubt that I have every confidence in our leaders that we have here today. Mulongo wa Swabiligwa is not new to the challenges of Channel A. He has been in the trenches there. He has been in the country. He has also been abroad. That's why he has the title ambassador. So he has friends that we hope he can now invite. If they are friends, this is the time they have to come. We need a lot of support at this critical moment. So Mulongo here is welcome to this process. I think it's a good decision that you took to step forward for your country. Some people think that becoming a leader of any form of struggle is a job, that it is, you know, desirable, you aspire to it, you fight to become a leader in the struggle. But if you test it, you will know that it's not entirely a cup of tea. But I trust Mulongo Waswabiligwa is up to the mark, and I congratulate you upon taking the decision to express interest. I believe I don't need to talk much about our president, the one and only Poa. Poa has been in national politics for decades. There is no corner of this country that he doesn't know. He's also had experience in public service even before coming into elections. As you know, he's an engineer. He first made roads and things like that. Came into public service and electoral service for people in his area. And he's a quiet but decisive person. Some people mistake his demeanor as being maybe a pushover. Well, those who tried know how. If there are people out there underestimating him, think again, because he's full of surprises. Yes, I mean, to come